Hey everyone, what's up? My name is Noah Kane from Noah Kane Consulting. In this video series, we dive into e-com SEO strategies for different types of brands. In today's video, we are going to discuss an e-com SEO strategy for an e-bike brand. Not a specific brand, but just in general, if you're in the space, here's how I would approach SEO if I wanted to dominate and get tons of traffic from Google and lots of customers. So that being said, if you're on YouTube, make sure to like and subscribe, but let's dive on in. So e-bikes, as if you're an e-com brand owner who owns an e-bike brand or direct-to-consumer brand, you obviously know there's rising popularity in e-bikes over the past handful of years. A lot of cool brands out there putting out some really cool products, really cool stuff. But when we go to Google and look at some SEO, we can see a lot is going on when I just type in the word e-bikes, right? We have these shopping ads up here. We have a knowledge graph box over here that goes back to Wikipedia, has some general images, books are being pulled in. And then the websites that are showing up in the organic results, we have Wired, which is obviously a very authoritative site. This is on a 100-point scale, 92. Best Buy, bicycling.com, right? So a lot of big authority, kind of really broad stuff here, some news things popping in as well, YouTube. Okay, so this is really the first brand that pops up. So it's pretty tough, keyword in general to compete for. And that's the case for a lot of e-com brands, not just e-bike brands, but lots of e-com brands have the same problem. When we go into Ahrefs, this is a keyword research tool that we use to research keywords, go into backlink stuff, a lot of stuff I'm not going to bore you with here. But for the purposes of this video, we're looking at the keyword e-bikes, and keyword difficulty is also on a scale of 0 to 100. And as you can see, this is a pretty hard keyword to rank for. Difficulties is 76. A lot of people searching for it, 30,000 people searching for it. You can see it's been a rising term. Always good to be on the rising trend there. A lot of traffic potential because when you rank for a broad keyword like this, you're going to rank for other stuff as well. But the problem, as we already saw, is that this is really hard to rank for. So for most brands out there, unrealistic to compete for a keyword this difficult. So where do you go from there? Do you just ditch SEO altogether, or is it possible to rank for something? So your keyword research needs to go another level deeper. If you can see down here, these keyword ideas, there's a whole, 8,500 almost keywords down here that we can look into. And if I ran an e-commerce brand or direct-to-consumer brand that sold e-bikes, this is where I would be looking. There's a bunch of tools here. You can filter by keyword difficulty, right? So we could filter this down a bit to, keywords that are more favorable. But we have fastest e-bikes, fast e-bikes, trek e-bikes. All these are way easier to rank for. Obviously, if you sold used e-bikes, probably not as enticing. Cannondale e-bikes, Juiced e-bikes. These are obviously specific brands. Folding e-bikes also, So there's other phrases here. Basically, e-bikes under $1,000, right? So there's you start to, as you dig into this, you can find these keyword phrases and terms that are less competitive, but people still search them quite a bit. There's also other things here, bike racks for e-bikes, right? So there's a lot of angles you can take here. And what you want to do is on your website, you need to have collection pages and other types of pages on your site that address these types of search terms that are just easier to rank for. I wonder if I take away the S here. This is, we'll take that away. Fastest e-bike. Let's see what else we got here. Folding e-bike we already saw. Foldable e-bikes. So there's always different stuff. Let's see what else we got here. We'll just dig into this a little bit. E-bike costs, right? People want to know that. Best folding e-bike, right? So these types of keywords. So as you can see here, vintage e-bikes, e-bike racks. There's lots of stuff that we can look for here. Cruiser e-bike, right? This is a great keyword example here. Cruiser e-bike, super easy to rank for, a lot of volume. Lightest e-bike. What else we got? Full suspension e-bike, a little more favorable there. E-bike conversion, that's kind of interesting too. But you get the idea. There's other keyword phrases here. So cruiser e-bike, let's just pop this into Google real quick. Got Amazon, but we also have Electric Bike Report, domain rating of 56. Event and Bike, 64. Really good e-bikes, 31. Like, these are the domain ratings. So as you can see, yeah, Amazon's at the top. Fair enough. But if someone's going to spend like a lot of money on an e-bike, they might go to Amazon. You can see the shopping results here. We're still spending some good money. But they also might want to go find an actual brand they want to buy from, right? That's established and knows what they're doing. And when I look at this, Trek's here. So this is interesting, right? Trek bikes, obviously, if you've ridden a bike, you know what Trek is. Their domain rating is an 82, super authoritative. Okay. And they sell a cruiser e-bike, but further up here, we have, these two results here that are not Trek, and they outrank them, right? So the ability to compete, this is, there's going to be a few other phrases like this in this space, but the ability to compete on these phrases is just going to be easier, right? Lightest e-bike, difficulty is 6, volume is a little over 1,000, 1,100-ish. And what do we have? We have a cycling news, e-bike escape, domain rating is 25, right? This is just way easier to mess with here. Domain rating 50. So as you can see, like, this domain rating is a 10. Okay, lightest e-bike kit. It's not even the exact keyword phrase. So when I see this, these are the types of keywords that I want to see. How can I structure my site? What content does my site need to attack these keywords? In addition to that, these question keywords are super important. Okay, so not only do you want to create collection pages that might satisfy, if you sell different types of cruiser e-bikes, you want to have a cruiser collection page, right? If you sell a lightweight e-bike, you want to have a lightweight, lightest e-bike or lightweight e-bike collection page. So those are the types of collection pages you want in your main navigation. And as we saw earlier too, I think I pointed out one that was like e-bike for under $1,000. So depending on your price range, you can make some collection pages that fit price ranges. Those don't necessarily need to be in your main navigation, but the other pages you need on your site are these questions, because these are blog post ideas that are going to bring people to your brand. And the reason why these are so important are twofold. First of all, as you can see, the keyword difficulty scores here are way lower. They still have pretty good volume, and there's a ton of different questions. And with something like, I'm going to call this kind of more of a high ticket e-commerce product. Obviously, there's more expensive things out there. But anytime someone's spending a couple grand online, they're going to buy something from an online retailer for a couple of grand. They are going to do some research. It's very rare, unless they, tried out their friend's bike or heard from a friend, hey, this is the product you need. Very rare for them to just go to a website, first visit, and go and spend $1,500, $2,000, right? They're going to do some research. They're going to compare your products against some other people. They're going to learn more about e-bikes, right? E-bikes are relatively new. I've ridden like a moped before, but I don't think I've actually been on an e-bike. So if I were to buy an e-bike, or if you were to buy an e-bike, you might, do some actual research. And this is where this question content comes into play. And now these questions here are, I would say, they're even a little general, right? There are obviously some longer phrases here. But you could get really granular with how, make blog posts that cover, here we go, how e-bikes work, right? You could get into lots of really granular stuff because people who buy products like this, they probably nerd out to a lot of things. And I would not get discouraged about the search volume here for these terms. As you can see, that drops off pretty quickly. But I'm sure if we were to go on to something like Quora, we're going to find, would you use an e-bike for daily commuting? What's the best e-bike for under $1,500? Budget e-bikes. Do most cyclists hate e-bikes, right? So there's interesting, people are asking questions about e-bikes and posting them online. So in addition to the questions we were just seeing, there's a ton of other stuff we can probably explore as far as creating content. And if you create content like this, and have the collection pages we went over, you're going to cover the landscape. Like if someone's researching e-bikes, they are going to find your brand, which is what you want. Because like we said earlier, people are going to need more than one touch point to make a purchase. And obviously REI is at the top there, but we have Momentum Bikes, domain rating 49. eBikes HQ, domain rating 26. So you can compete for some digital real estate here when it comes to SEO for these terms. I'm not saying this is the best, the only piece of content you need to make, or that these other keywords we looked at are the only collection pages you need, right? There's more to keyword research than what we've gone over here. But the point is, you need to do deep keyword research to really align your collection pages and your product pages with phrases that you can compete for, and then support those collection and product pages with the right type of blog content that answers questions your customers are asking. So I hope this video has been helpful for you. I think e-bikes are super cool. And if you have any questions about doing SEO for e-bike brands, feel free to reach out. I'd love to chat with you. If I can be of help, let's see what we can do. That's all I have for now, and I will talk to y'all soon.